Thank you so much for being here, everyone. My name is Aisha Albiz. This is my colleague Taya Lalatovich, my other colleague Kian Patterson-March. Our team has been tasked by Environment Canada to look at the relationship of motor vehicle registrations and fuel consumptions on the presence of hazardous particles, particulate matter, PM, wouldn't be government without acronyms, in our emissions. And so essentially, looking at our data and looking at all of our research, the correlation and relationship that we found was not so surprising, but what we looked at was framing our recommendations in a way that maintains Canada's identity as a world leader. And so it involves a four-pronged approach. One, we have to think about a deterrent. So instituting a 1% gasoline tax that's based on the price elasticity of demand and informed by our coefficient estimates that we found through our data analysis. The second is an incentive. So we want to look at introducing a pilot program for a federal green vehicle subsidy. So we know that Ontario scrapped their electronic vehicle rebate program, but the institution of a federal green vehicle subsidy could be a really interesting opportunity to look at that at a federal lens, accounting for all the different provinces. Thirdly, it's about visiting the policy literature. So Canada and the United States published an air quality agreement back in the 90s with a progress report that was published 2012, 2014, and 2016. It is 2019 now. The timing is right to revisit that. And most finally, leveraging open data. So we want to release publicly accessible and easy to understand data dashboards that monitor the provincial compliance with, again, a wonderful timing opportunity, the new 2020 ambient air quality standards for the country. So these are our recommendations. Here's how we found them.
So in our data, we used price elasticity of demand for gas to contextualize the decrease in emissions. For our independent variable, we used total vehicle registration. For our dependent variable, we used total particle matter, the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. And then for our context, we use fuel sale by motor vehicles, not per capita though, and employment rate. Here, we did it between 1999 and 2016, and just up on the map, we just want to show the three biggest producers of our two emissions, sulfur and nitrogen, and just show you the sum of them. And then this is the 2016. So the trend that we kind of want to point out is that gas sales did go up, but emissions did go down in all three provinces, which we could assume is because of a sale in green vehicles, which would result in the decrease of toxins, but the increase of gas sales.
So continuing on with the decline trend, we can see a very stark declining trend across all provinces, with Alberta up there at the top, producing quite a lot of particulate matter at the beginning of our data set, but doing a really good job to reduce along with the rest of the provinces. Next slide, please. So the key findings that we want to take away is that particulate matter has a lot of different economic, ecological impacts. It affects agriculture, it affects fisheries through acidification of water. It also affects government infrastructure through the damage to buildings, historic sites, things like that, vehicles. And another take-home message is a 1% increase in gas prices will result in a 2.34% decrease in total particulate matter. And another important finding of ours is that gasoline-powered vehicles generate significantly greater particulate matter than diesel vehicles do. Thank you.